the world is in shock this morning after Hugh Jackman and Deborra-Lee Furness are ending their marriage of almost 30 years.
Picture this. You're married to one of Hollywood's most beloved actors for nearly 3 decades. You think you have the perfect marriage. Then suddenly, everything falls apart in what you describe as a traumatic journey of betrayal. That's exactly what happened to Deborra-Lee Furness, who made that explosive statement to the Daily Mail following their divorce filing. But here's the kicker. Hugh's video response ignited debate online. Was it tone-deaf or simply mistimed? The internet is losing its mind, calling him insensitive. And now there are whispers about a Broadway affair and an undisclosed, reportedly generous settlement that's about to change everything.
Hugh Jackman has made his relationship with Broadway star Sutton Foster public after weeks of speculation about their romance. The couple photographed holding hands and having dinner together in Santa Monica.
But to understand how we got here, we need to go back to when everything seemed perfect. The perfect marriage that wasn't so perfect. Earlier this year, Hugh Jackman posted the sweetest anniversary message you've ever seen. He gushed about Deborra-Lee's laughter, spirit, and loyalty being an incredible gift to him. Fans ate it up. They called it relationship goals. Hollywood's golden couple was still going strong after 27 years, right? Wrong, dead wrong. These two seemed bulletproof. They met on an Australian TV show back in 1995, married a year later, and stayed together through Hugh's rise to Wolverine fame, their fertility struggles, and raising their 2 adopted children, Oscar and Ava. Every red carpet, every interview, every social media post screamed perfect marriage. Then Deborra-Lee dropped a bombshell that shattered everything we thought we knew. She didn't just file for divorce. She made a statement to the Daily Mail that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. She wrote, "My heart and compassion goes out to everyone who has traversed the traumatic journey of betrayal," making it clear she was speaking from personal experience. You heard that right. Betrayal, not growing apart, not irreconcilable differences. Betrayal. This completely blindsided fans who had watched this couple for decades. The comment sections exploded with disbelief. "This can't be real," one fan wrote. "They were the one couple I believed in," said another. Twitter was flooded with broken heart emojis and questions about what could possibly have gone wrong. But here's the thing that makes this story even crazier. The timeline is absolutely wild. We're talking about going from "I love you so much" anniversary posts to divorce papers and betrayal accusations by late summer. That's not a slow fade. That's a relationship that imploded in record time. Hollywood insiders only recently began to buzz once Deborra-Lee's statement went public. People dismissed any previous rumors because Hugh seemed so genuine, so devoted. His nice guy image was rock solid, until now. What makes Deborra-Lee's statement so explosive is how specific she got about her pain. She didn't just say they grew apart or wanted different things. She used the word betrayal. She talked about trauma. She made it clear that something happened that cut deep, really deep. The way she phrased everything suggests she knows exactly what went wrong. This isn't vague relationship speak. This is someone who has receipts and isn't afraid to hint at using them. She's processing years of hurt that she kept private while playing the perfect Hollywood wife. While Deborra-Lee was dealing with this emotional devastation, Hugh's response was something nobody saw coming. Hugh's tone-deaf Instagram moment. International outlets reported Hugh's video clip of skipping rope to NSYNC's "Bye Bye Bye," captioned simply, "Finally." The video shows Hugh looking happier than we've seen him in years. He's bouncing around, grinning from ear to ear, and moving to the beat like he doesn't have a care in the world. The song choice wasn't random either. "Bye Bye Bye" is about ending a relationship and moving on. The timing made it feel like he was celebrating his freedom while Deborra-Lee was processing years of pain. Social media users instantly reacted, calling the post insensitive. People couldn't believe this was the same Hugh Jackman they thought they knew. "This is so uncool," one person wrote. "Where's the man we all respected?" asked another. The backlash was swift and brutal. This single post shattered the nice guy image Hugh spent 3 decades building. Everyone saw him as the perfect husband, the gracious star, the guy who never had drama. That reputation took a serious hit in 30 seconds of skipping and smiling. People started questioning everything they thought they knew about his character. Entertainment reporter Sashi Flew couldn't hide her disappointment. She said, I really had a good impression with Hugh Jackman. No one ever said a bad word about him in the industry that I know of. This detail makes the backlash even more striking. Here was a man with zero complaints about his reputation in Hollywood suddenly facing intense criticism. She found the whole thing completely out of character. Some fans speculated it resembled Reynolds' signature snark, pointing to his history of Deadpool quips about Hugh's personal life, though there's no confirmation he advised Hugh. The video's tone and attitude did feel like Reynolds-style content. The theory gets stronger when you remember that Deadpool actually made jokes about Jackman's marriage. The question became whether this was calculated cruelty or just incredibly poor timing. Here's what really happened, though. Hugh wasn't just posting a random celebration video. He was sending a very specific message. The word finally wasn't about ending his marriage. It was about finally being free to do something he'd been wanting to do for a long time. But what Hugh didn't realize was that people already knew exactly what that something was. The Broadway affair and the $250 million truth. Broadway insiders told outlets they noticed unusually close chemistry between Hugh and Sutton Foster during the Music Man rehearsals. Theater people knew about their relationship long before anyone filed divorce papers. They called it an open secret that everyone whispered about, but nobody wanted to confirm publicly. Hugh and Sutton met during the Music Man on Broadway. She played the librarian to his con man salesman. The chemistry was obvious to anyone who watched the show. But according to theater insiders, their connection went way beyond stage chemistry. People working on the production noticed how much time they spent together, how they'd disappear between scenes, how they looked at each other when they thought nobody was watching. Here's where the timeline gets really messy. They made their relationship Instagram official in mid-January, about 16 months after splitting, but insiders say the pair's bond was visible backstage well before the divorce filing. That sounds reasonable until you dig deeper. Sutton filed for divorce from her husband, Ted Griffin, around the same time Hugh's marriage was falling apart. This explains everything about Deborra-Lee's statement. When she talked about a traumatic journey of betrayal, she wasn't being dramatic. Her statement's reference to betrayal suggests she saw or sensed the affair unfolding behind the scenes without spelling out the specifics publicly. She knew her husband was having an affair while she was playing the perfect Hollywood wife at red carpet events and anniversary celebrations. The divorce settlement tells its own story. Court records show Hugh and Deborra-Lee reached an undisclosed settlement without any contest. No fighting over money, no dragged-out legal battle. Deborra-Lee is getting a handsome spousal support payment that sources say reflects the real reason behind their split. When you're caught cheating after 27 years of marriage, you pay up quietly. Reports say media outlets have dangled offers to Deborra-Lee for an inside story, though it remains unclear if she will accept. They want details about how long it went on, what she knew, and when she found out. The offers keep getting bigger because everyone knows she has the real story. Now everything makes sense. Hugh's Instagram celebration wasn't just about being divorced. It was about finally being free to be with Sutton without hiding. The word finally meant he could stop pretending and start living his truth. No more sneaking around, no more lies. But this whole situation reveals something much bigger about how Hollywood really works. This split shows that star power and a nice guy image may not shield public figures from personal fallout. We've seen the problem, the shock of their divorce announcement. We witnessed the agitation, Deborra-Lee's betrayal statement clashing with Hugh's celebration post. Now we're left pondering the solution and what Deborra-Lee's next move will be. The whole mess reveals that Hollywood's nice guys can be just as calculating as everyone else when their image is on the line. Hugh spent decades building this perfect husband reputation. Then his skipping celebration while Deborra-Lee dealt with betrayal trauma showed his true character. Which side do you believe? Hugh's seeking liberation or just rubbing salt in the wound? Drop your thoughts below.